in this assignment I focused on the things that you gave me feedback on last time, such as the conclusion and the use of analytical terms, stuff like that. I focused on changing those so that I would be better, and then you'd give me feedback on this one, and then the feedback that I use in this one I could learn from, so that I got more experience and learning from from the assignments. Um, but I could see that it really made a difference. You gave me a lot of different feedback than my last assignment, which is good because then I know what I did right from the last assignment, and I know that I changed um, the feedback you gave me. I changed it up in my assignment, so I would have so I made those better, and then I focused on those. An example is that my analytical terms I use a lot of good analytical terms, um, but next time when I focus on the analytical terms, I have to put more structure into it. I have to focus on um, dividing it up so that I don't just talk about one thing throughout the entire um, story. An example is me talking about humor, because I talk about it all the way through. For example, here in the beginning section of my assignment, I talk about humor, and then again here I talk about humor, and here I talk about it. So it um, it is pretty much my talk about humor is overall in my text. Next time, if I'm supposed to do it again, I should divide it up so that I have a section about humor, and then go down. Next section, I should talk about the analytical terms and stuff like that, because then I get more structure into my assignment, and then it's easier to understand what I'm writing, and not just me focusing a lot about the humor. From the, it's a important part, but I don't have to use my entire assignment to focus on the humor. It's just a part of the assignment. So I should next time just maybe write this um, about humor, and then start here writing about uh, analytical terms, and then go further down writing about more stuff. Um, but one thing I did good was my style of writing, where I used some good terms such as metaphor and um, now I got to find some. Uh, yes, and I talk about the humors again. But yes, such as the rhetorical questions and the metaphors and stuff like that, is good in my part about style of writing. Um, so that's one thing that I can bring with me to my next assignment when I have to write it. That I just have to focus on the analytical terms and the style of writing, and how the structure is and how she writes things, such as the metaphor. Um, and when I used this, when I wrote about this style of writing, I also used some good quotes, and I used them good to make PEs into my assignment. Um, but next time, I don't have to write this many quotes, um, to just um, I just need a pair, maybe two or something. Not as many as I have used this time. Look, I have also here and here. I used a lot of my space using quotes, which is bad because then I don't have enough as much space to write about the important things, and then the quotes is too big of too big of an part of my essay. Um, this time my hook was pretty good. I used it to catch um, the reader um, and bring them into my assignment. And one thing I did good was using a rhetorical question in um, my hook. But next time I need to answer it in my conclusion, which would give would bring to the structure of my assignment, because then I have a, an, a thing in the beginning where I say what I'm about to write about, and then in the ending I answer what that is. Yes, and next time my conclusion needs to be better, because this time I wrote it as if I conclude on my assignment, which is not how you're supposed to conclude in a assignment. In an essay, you're supposed to conclude on the text that you read about. So, for example, I um, repeat myself, um, and that's something I shouldn't be doing. I should more talk about what the conclusion of the text is and how that is um, affected and stuff like that. And then I could answer my rhetorical question, which is based on the text. So that would also make it easier for me to make it easier for my conclusion to be about the text and not about what I wrote in this assignment. Yes. Um, uh, Next time when I'm supposed to discuss something in the ending, I have to put it up on two sides. So I have to like argue for one thing and then argue for another thing, and then see which ending I come the ending of the discussion. I have to like end it in some way, because this time I just wrote about the good things on each side, and then I didn't like counter argue or something like that, which is something that I have to focus on the next time I write this assignment, write an assignment. Next time I have to focus on my focus on the assignment that I had been given. Focus on the tasks, because there's something that I have to like, you know, I have to focus more on it, because this time I just focused on the first part of the assignment, which was to focus on the writer's use of humor. So yeah, I have to next time focus on the last parts also, and not just write about the first part. My amounts of words and stuff like that are good. I I don't just barely write those 900 words that I'm supposed to write. I write a little bit more, so I have a buffer on when if I want to talk about something or stuff like that. And another good thing is that I don't repeat myself as much in this assignment. Yes, I repeat when I talk about humor, but my use of when I write about style of writing, I don't use the same things to make PEs, stuff like that. I use metaphors, and then I use rhetorical questions, and then because that gives more to the assignment. Next time I might have to focus more on making my hook a little bit bigger, but it's still good. But I could write some more on it, and it could be I could have more mass to it, add more stuff. But yeah, an overall conclusion of this assignment is that it is overall good. I wrote some good things. Next time I just have to focus on the structure. The structure is pretty important, and yeah, this time I didn't focus as much on it, and that made um, the the assignment more confusing and not as easy to read through. And yeah,